there, fire friends. I hope you are doing excellent. Thank you for joining me for another group session. So if you're Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, these messages will be for you. Now friends, if you haven't joined me for a group session before, all good. Just know and understand not all messages will resonate, and that's okay. If you need a private session, please check me out at my website, kellyfergusonreadings.com. And if you like these sessions, please don't forget to support me so I can keep supporting you. That can be a like, a share, a subscribe, or a follow. I'm happy to have you with me. So fire signs, let's talk about love. We're gonna look at the love energies for you and your fire signs, all of you in a romantic relationship right now. And we're also gonna pull some cards for all you single fire folk out there. So let's look at couples first though. Whoa, look at this, this is already coming out. All right, so I can't help that these two came out together. It just shows up like that, right? So we got something to talk about, fire signs. We got something to talk about. So overall energy is coming out for you fire signs in a relationship. I've got iceberg and submerged and shaman, ancient healing wisdom. This is absolutely telling me that for not all of you, but for some of you fire friends, you are feeling like you're in a relationship where you're either not being told the whole situation. Possibly you feel that this person is either hiding things from you. I mean, that sounds very strong. It could also be that they just don't communicate their feelings. It can absolutely be that. But this is a feeling of someone stuffing down their emotions. Sometimes this is skeletons in the closet. This can also be you not saying that you're not happy or that there's things on your mind or on your chest that you got to get off your chest, but you're not doing it, okay? So there could be lots of things showing up here, okay? But I also have shaman and ancient healing wisdom. So what this is telling me is all of this stuff right now is a real healing factor. So you need to either speak up if you haven't been speaking. You need to take action if you haven't been taking action. This is old stagnant energy of stuff being stuffed way down. Think about an iceberg. There's so much more underneath the surface than what appears on top. So there's stuff to be discovered here about your relationship, and it's going to lead you to healing yourself or healing the relationship. Whether that means you go your separate ways or stay together. Absolutely, you need to look at some stuff on your plate right now in your relationship. All right. Didn't want to have to go there, but it looks like we're going there, fire signs. All right, so all of us fire signs who are in a relationship right now, fire signs and their person, please, fire signs and their person, show me past, present, future. What's going on in this relationship? Fire signs, past, present, future. Here's where we start. Yeah. All right, so fire signs, we're gonna have to be really honest here, okay? Because I do see some stuff that absolutely needs to be worked on. And if it doesn't be worked on, it might not work out in the future, okay? So, and it's interesting that I got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups on the table as well. And cups are all about our heart, right? So we got the male and the female here. It doesn't even have to be a male-female relationship, but it shows two sides of one couple are here, and we both need to look at our stuff. So, in the past, you, my lovely fire sign, King of Cups, you're showing up to the table, you're ready to take charge in terms of the relationship, you're bringing your love and your emotions with you, you're emotionally available, you are a good communicator, and you're ready for a loving relationship. So you were looking really good at the beginning. Your individual, though, at the beginning, the star in reverse, I don't know if you met them when they were going through a hard time in their life or if they were trying to find themselves or something like that. They were trying... Maybe they were trying to make changes in their own life, but they weren't really taking the right action to do so, which also kind of shows me the energy in between you guys in the past, which is the Fool in reverse. Possibly this person was needing to make some changes, but they weren't actually putting action into place. Possibly they were talking a good game, but maybe not, you know, coming up to the table in terms of action. Whatever that might be, that could be them not coming forward in the relationship, like being lovey-dovey and that kind of stuff, which is kind of what it makes me feel like here too. Yeah, but I'm not so sure at the beginning this person really stepped up to the table. Current energies for you. Five of Swords. So this is about you fighting, okay? You could be fighting with your partner, you could be fighting with yourself. And what I mean by fighting with yourself is, you know, having these things on your mind that you're not speaking of or being totally honest about how you feel. It feels like you're holding down a lot of negativity. Maybe you're not speaking about it, or maybe you're sick of speaking about it, because this is about instability and it's definitely about fighting and butting heads. Your person, though, this is where we kind of go, Queen of Cups in reverse. So, you know how I said your person from the beginning maybe wasn't coming up to the table, maybe they were a lot of talk but not really action? This is telling me that they may not be they may not be emotionally available, but just like this card, again, it's like they might have things that they're not talking about. You might be trying to talk about things in the relationship, about how to improve this or that, and they just kind of sit there like a deer in the headlights, not contributing any good ideas, not contributing how they feel about it, maybe not even opening up about it at all. And the card in the between you guys right now is Temperance in the reverse, and that's not so good. What this talks about is you being patient, but maybe not seeing a lot of changes. This also may indicate to me that you already feel like there isn't been a lot of progress here with this person in terms of the items you want to be fixed, and maybe you're tired of waiting as well, okay? Now, future, I see you continuing to work on this relationship and planting seeds and putting your best foot forward. You know, can I help you with this? Can I help you with this? Let's talk about this some more. Let me pay some bills if you can't pay this, blah, 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 okay? But the other energies here, I got 10 of Cups in reverse for your partner, okay? And I can't help to see the trend here of the Star in reverse at the beginning, the Queen of Cups in the middle, and then 10 of Cups. So this kind of makes me feel like this person hasn't been ready to stand up in the relationship for whatever reason for quite some time, and it results in them not either being in the relationship or, you know, the happily ever after going down the tubes. Here's possibly why. The energy in between you guys is the Four of Pentacles. This represents your person. I believe this person can be of lack mindset. This person might be blaming other people for their problems and not taking ownership of what they need to do to contribute to a positive situation. This person might be an emotional manipulator and a gaslighter and using a lot of smoke and mirrors as well. I think this person is in it for what's in their best good and not necessarily for in the best good of everybody at the table. Eek, 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 fire signs, okay. Romantic energies for our fire signs in a relationship, please. What are the romance angels saying about this? Romance angels, there. Look at that. Healing family issues. This person comes with baggage and drama. Now, everybody does, don't get me wrong, but do you do something about it or do you just stuff it down, right? Shaman and ancient healing wisdom. There's no coincidence here, okay? This is about karma. This is about you or this person or both not putting up with the stuff anymore and doing the hard work to get yourself to the next piece. And this is saying your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about parents, but this person's got some baggage they're still holding on to and it doesn't look like they're working on it. Don't stay too long. Say what you need to say, but you might have to move forward and heal yourself and whatever right is there for you, okay? Sorry, fire signs. Sorry, fire signs. Okay. Let's talk about our single fire friends and see if there's anything fun and exciting coming down the line for you guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like to give negative messages, you know, but, you know, you can look at this in so many different perspectives because at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship where you're fighting and where you're always wanting more and feeling like you're not getting what you deserve, then you're probably not happy to begin with. Sometimes changes are required. Look at this, Sun in reverse, Wheel of Fortune, bam, right? So not being happy and looking for new energies to come in. It doesn't mean necessarily looking for new people to come in, but that could be like new energies from your person too, okay? All right, so single fire friends, I had a card jump out for you already, which is awesome. Summer solstice and radiance, so this is you feeling good, looking good, and hoping for good things to come your way. You're in the zone, single fire friends. I love that, love that. Whoa, okay, what's up with this? All right, this too, this, okay. All right, anything else for our single fire friends? Show me your person. What are the new love energies coming in? What are the new love energies for our single fire friends? What's this spilling out all over the floor? Alrighty, so this is, interesting. So this card came out in yesterday's quick card, all right? So I feel for all of you single fire friends that you have come into your own power. I think you've been through some relationships that you know that where you've experienced what you don't want. So you're very clear on what you do want now, and that's why you're sitting in your power so well. You don't feel like you need another person to complete you, etc. Here's the energies coming forward for you, okay? 9 of Wands in reverse, which is excellent. You're not feeling jaded or holding on to any negative energy from the past of other relationships, which is great. I have the Wheel of Fortune showing up, which is telling me that because you've loosened yourself from old guilt stuff or like old toxic thoughts about past relationships, that you're now inviting new energies to you, which is great. But I also have the Knight of Wands showing up. Now, the Knight of Wands, this is the card that showed up in yesterday's quick card, okay? So the message with this is not all that glitters is gold. So you might have someone coming up to the table where at face value, you're like, ooh, yeah, I like that person, but there might be more to the story. So like I said, don't fall head over heels right away just because the picture is pretty, okay? I had these cards jump out as well. The Emperor, and I have the Four of Pentacles. Now, these are very telling cards. This is energy of a person who possibly is stubborn, possibly who's in it for themselves, possibly somebody who's a little bit of a manipulator or uses gaslighting or smoke and mirrors. So I think that for you single friends right now, if something comes along and you want to date and have a good time, go have a good time. It's all good. But if it doesn't start, but again, don't sink your heart down in there right away because there's more to this picture than meets the eye, okay? So just go out and have some fun, and if it stops being fun, then it's not for you anymore, okay? Wow. All right. Romance angels for our single fire friends. Romance angels, single fire friends, please. Single fire friends. What do the romance angels want us to know right now? Single fire friends, here. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Here's what I feel like is happening for you, fire signs, you single fire friends. Like I said, I feel like you've been through it before in the past. You're sitting pretty because you know who you are, you know your worth, and you're not willing to settle for less. And when I see this card, trust, come up, what this tells me, especially with this Knight of Wands, the universe might be testing you. The universe might be testing you and giving you a package that looks really, really nice and attractive, but it's going to have the same flair or lack thereof of people who've tried to manipulate you in the past or maybe selfish partners in the past. So when the universe does this, they're testing you to see, okay, did she really learn her lesson in the past? Did he really learn everything he needed to learn? Let's give him the same situation in a different package and see if they respond in the same way. So don't spend too much time here, fire signs. If it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, and you are doing just fine as is. So, right? No flies on you, fire signs. Love that. Fire signs, I hope you enjoyed this reading and that it was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this session, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you need a private session, check me out at my website, kellyfergusonreadings.com. Thank you, fire friends.